Trevs Hockey Show. I'm the Trev. It's too sweet. Anyway, this will be my last award prediction for the 2021 season. It's the only real last award I can predict on, and there's no nominees. So this is just going based off who I think would legitimately make good Conn Smythe Trophy contenders. So, having said that, let's talk about it. So if you're unfamiliar, the Conn Smythe Trophy is awarded to the MVP of the playoffs. And as I said, it's not something that is nominees that are announced. I'm sure there are nominees amongst the voters, which is usually the press, the writers, the NHL themselves, but they're never really announced out loud. So, what I'm doing is I'm taking 3 players from each team. I'm calling them my nominees, or at least who I would select as trophy nominees. So, let's look at the Tampa side first. For Tampa, I'm keeping it relatively simple. Mostly in the sense of who wouldn't you pick out of this group to be a winner? First nominee I'm going with is Andrei Vasilevsky. Not so much because of the 12 wins he has. It's easy for a winning goalie in the Stanley Cup Final to get 16 wins. I'm going more along the lines of his goals against and his 4 shutouts in the playoffs. Granted, some goalies have put up better numbers, and good for them, but right now, Vasilevsky's got the best number amongst goalies. How can you not vote for that? And the 4 shutouts, I mean, who knows how many more shutouts he's going to get along the way? Because, I mean, it is a 7-game series. But that'd be obvious pick number 1. Obvious pick number 2, Nikita Kucherov. 2nd straight year, he's leading in playoff scoring. Is it about time you recognize that? I mean, granted, it's all mostly assists, and hey, get points wherever you can get them, right? I mean, traditionally, normally the leading scorer usually does get some consideration, but they don't always win. 3rd pick, and this is the whole if it ain't broke, don't fix it philosophy, Victor Hedman. He's doing Victor Hedman things, so why should we not be surprised that you'd want to nominate him? I mean, last year he won based on he was leading defenseman in points and doing a damn good job of being a defenseman. This year is no different. He's leading defenseman in points, and he's doing a damn good job of being a defenseman. So it's really hard to look past any of that and call him a 2-time winner. But that's just my picks on the Tampa side. Let's talk about the Montreal side. For the Montreal bit of it, though, it's hard to think of 3 nominees. It's not hard to think of 1. It's hard to think of 3. So, obviously, if I'm giving this award to anybody on Montreal, I have to consider Carey Price. Without Carey Price, there's no Montreal in the Stanley Cup Final. Granted, his numbers, his goals against, his save percentage are very similar to Vasilevsky's. And based on that, if he continues his play up, why not? I granted he's 3 shutouts behind, but again, it's a 7-game series. Anything can happen. So Price would definitely be in strong consideration. Number 2, Tyler Toffoli. Leading point scorer on the team. And what's not to like about nominating him? You know, he's making things happen. And really, when you think of Toffoli, you think of where he was a season ago. Wouldn't expect this out of him, but definitely fun to watch. Pick number 3, Nick Suzuki. If it weren't for Cole Caulfield, would Suzuki be as clutch as he's being? But either way, he's getting half the recognition for it. So if you don't want to give it to Caulfield, you definitely have to think of Suzuki. But either way, those are 3 nominees from the Montreal side. Let's actually get down to trying to predict this thing. So it's not really asking the impossible to try and predict a winner on this. If this is Tampa winning it, I'm definitely going with Vasilevsky. Kucherov makes a good argument. But if Vasilevsky keeps his goals against, his save percentage, respectable numbers, maybe adds another shutout or two on there, then it's a definite lock. If Kucherov manages to get himself from 27 to 40 points, it's his, but I think it's all Kucherov from this point. If it's going to Montreal, and I probably gave myself away when I was talking about the nominees, if it's going to Montreal, it's going to Carey Price, without a question. As I said, there's no cup run without Carey Price. So to exclude him out of that mix, bad choice in judgment. But those are my official predictions for the Conn Smythe Trophy. So that's another one of Trev's hockey shows. I want to thank you for tuning in. Don't think I don't appreciate the gesture, especially if you're here. It's a good thing for both of us. So why not keep a good thing going and hit that like button? While you're at it, hit that red button that says subscribe. You know you really want to. And subscribing makes you feel good. We're going for 100. We're 31 away. So let's make that happen. All the socials, they're in the description down below. Moving forward, I'm going to be a busy man in the next 2 weeks. And as I said, keeping in theme with the Stanley Cup finalists, if I'm pulling from the book, it's going to be related to those two, and I'm pulling from the book for the next one. So, either way, in the meantime, in between time, be looking for more videos from the Trev. Later.